I'm not quite sure. I just think, well, I was always raised with this. They go, my parents are like, be proud of being black. My mom is brown, my dad is white. And my mom was so terrified, because in her southern family, like there was this fear that I would deny I was black and run away from my black family. Fuck it, I couldn't do that shit in Sac. There's too many of them. I'm just being serious. But like growing up, my family was like, you know, when you're around the black people, you look black. When you're around the white people, you look white. I looked at the fucking pictures, I look white. Fucking black, I look. And there, but you know, I went to Bret Hart in Sacramento. I went to public school. They're like, you ain't fucking black. We see you dance. We see you. No. Black is what we want. No, you're a little honky. And I'm like, okay, fine. Fair enough. But, you know, and I do think of, like, my mom, everything that was bad, like, was the white thing and needed to be, like, she would be like, I had allergies. My eyes swelled shut. And I was like, how the fuck do you have allergies? Your relatives survived the Middle Passage. One, look at me, not all of them did. But the ones that did would, and this is where I'm like, would an allergy to pollen really be a problem on the boat? Like, I'm like, I mean, I wasn't, like, I'm just gonna be like, I don't think grass was the problem. But so mom's like, you cannot take medication. You don't have it. And then I stopped breathing, and she's like, oh, maybe you do. But, yeah, and like, also, I feel so bad, a little bit. My grandma wrote a book about raising her kids in Sacramento, a black middle-class family. And I feel really weird being like, my grandma wrote a book called When We Were Colored, A Mother's Story. You know, yes, she did. And when it comes to my family, guess which side used the N-word more than the other? It was my black side. My black grandfather from the 1950s used it, and so it's quoted in the book, and it's problematic when I try to read that. But she wrote When We Were Colored. And it brings me, my mom, what I realize is, the big pro of this book is, we must always look good. We are being judged in a white world. You know, when I listen to Chris Rock saying, the reason he didn't fight back on Will Smith is like, we don't mess up in front of white folk. And I look at like my mother, and I realize that is her entire life. She's not around very many black people, actually. Her friends are all white, other than family. And like, but it's this beautiful, you know, and it's just, I've just gotten older to the point, first it's this beautiful development. Grandma was like, I loved Atlanta. It was the greatest place. Never wanted to come to California. She grew up in Atlanta in the 20s and 30s. They slit her brother's throats and left them for dead on the street. Wow. They lived. But like, she was like, still she wanted to be there, which does, but yeah. And also, yeah, so, I don't know. I'm sorry, this is a bad one.
That's all right, sweetie, it's every day.
I'm sorry, but I realized, like, my grandmother, like, what was I gonna say? You know, and then my grandma wrote, like, her book, she was like, I wanted white people to be nice to my kids. I wanted them to realize my children were just as precious and just as fragile as theirs, and to please be kind to them. And then I look at my family now, and I went, they were too damn nice. Because, look at us. And, like, you know, I mean, sunscreen is a pain in the ass. and like, you really should. A little bit of some melanin is a nice thing. So, thank you very much. Bye.
Yeah!